like there's a healthy balance between feeling like you're progressing and feeling like you're not progressing. I feel like there's a healthy balance between the two because I feel like it keeps you humble and it keeps you growing. Because if you feel like you're not growing and you feel stagnated, then you're going to be more open and willing to different suggestions and inevitably pivot, right? You're going to be open to suggestions and then you're going to pivot differently in your business, in your life, whatever the case is. But if you always feel like, oh, you got it all figured out, you got it all together, and you're good where you are, then you're gonna stagnate yourself and you're not gonna grow. So I feel like you have to have a healthy balance between feeling like you're not growing and feeling like you are growing, right? Because I do that some days. Like some days I feel like I'm not progressing or the things that I'm doing is not progressive. Or some days I feel like, okay, I got this. I feel like I'm on the right track. I feel like this is what I need to be doing right here, right now. And honestly, that keeps my momentum going. It honestly does. For some, it may be a deterrent because you may not understand the balance in between the two. Because if you feel like you're off, then you feel like you're off, and you feel like whatever it is that you're doing is not helping you to move to the next level. But when you feel like you're on, you feel like you're all the way on, and then you start to just shake and move and shake, and you start to just do things and make things happen, right? But I feel like there's a healthy balance in between the two. Like for me, sometimes I do schedule out like how I post on social media and things of that nature. And some days it's random, right? Some days it's just random because I feel like it's important to shake it up sometimes because you get so caught up in a way of doing things that it almost doesn't allow for growth because it doesn't allow for new things to happen. So it's important to have a strategy. It's important to go by a strategy to help you set a solid foundation, right? To really um, launch whatever it is that you're trying to do, rather it be personal, rather it be business wise. You need a strategy, right? You need a strategy. But at some point, you got to kind of figure out your own type of strategy and you got to just test the waters and see what else is working, right? Because what you're doing may be working right now, but pretty soon that's going to change. So you have to figure out what it is. And that's another thing too. You have to figure out your pivot point too. And I feel like the balance between those two allows you to understand your pivot point and allows you to make the proper adjustments at the right time. So yeah, I feel like there's balance in between the two. Let me know what you think.